Alright, you guys, so switch over to the phone microphone now. We are gonna start from the door, okay? This door comes right out of this, like, security room where there's a bunch of stuff for the house, which is upstairs. That window right there is ground level. There's a lot of spiders in here, so we're just gonna, like, ignore that, and then we're gonna close this door, because Squid, I can handle snakes, but your boy does not like spiders, okay? No insults here. Starting with the drum set, okay? Now, the phone audio quality is not gonna be very good, so excuse the differences in sound level here. This is my drum set. This is where I spend probably the other 50% of all of my time when I'm not recording, streaming, or playing Call of the Wild.
Don't ever touch my drum set. You understand?
Don't go in there.
Don't touch it!
Now, if you're new here and you don't know what Call of the Wild is, just ignore that. It's the game that my YouTube channel is based around, and it's the game that I'd say 75% of the people who are going to be watching this video probably know me by. So over here in this corner to the left of my drum set, we have hunting supplies, quite obviously. And then getting into the actual setup here, what you guys have all been waiting for, we're gonna go from the left side of the room to the right side of the room. This here is my best friend in the wintertime. This is my space heater, and it also serves as a mini table because it has wheels on it. So that way when I wanna use my sim racing rig, which we'll get into here in just a second, on my computer, I have a wireless keyboard and mouse. So that way I can control my computer from all the way over here in this seat. Walking in directly from the door here, you have this Budweiser poster, Father Shenanigans. He got it a long time ago, don't ask me. Moving on to the sim racing rig here. I'm not gonna go like nerd mode on all the specs for everything that we have in here because as a streamer, I have a lot of stuff. But this is a GT Light Sim racing rig. It does everything that I need it to do. It's extremely comfortable. It holds my wheel and my pedals, which I mainly use on my racing simulator. Now, Gran Turismo 7 is about the world's most realistic racing simulator, and that's the one that I primarily play, but I also play some games on my own time like American Truck Simulator, Farming Simulator, some other just etc. games that I like to play on the wheel itself. This is a Logitech G923 with the G923 pedals, and then my dad has the duplicate here, the G923 with the G923 pedals. And as you can imagine, this is my dad's setup. Now right now I got it playing my videos. That's the Bighorn Sheep video. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. And this is my dad's PlayStation 5. It's got a couple games right here. We have a whole nother list of games up here. And considering the fact that my dad is not a content creator, he's got the simpler kind of side of the setup here. Insane monitor. That monitor is 4K. It's like you could take all three of my monitors and put them together and it still would not be at the level of insanity that that monitor is. I love that monitor. Whenever I'm editing videos, I always turn on my videos in the background on this monitor, and I get blown away by the quality of my videos. It really, really shows. If you guys have a 4K TV in your house, go watch Squid's videos on that TV, you guys. It's got a whole smart TV remote, and yes, it is a gaming monitor. It's not a TV. It's got this really, really cool light ring behind it. It's extremely, extremely thin. Now, moving on to the desk. Now, we haven't measured this desk by any means. I believe this part of the desk is 6 feet that way, and I would say about 12.5 feet this way. So an extremely big desk, and in our office area here, more than big enough for 2 people, 3 people if there was someone racing. This is my dad's chair. He's got the Respawn gaming chair. Out of all 3 chairs that we've had down here in total, my other gaming chair, for those of you guys that watch the channel consistently, you would remember it. My red one is now upstairs because it was broken and the hydraulics fell down on it. This one is the most comfortable. I enjoy sitting in his chair when I'm editing videos sometimes. I'll just flip-flop the two. This is my chair. It's just a typical office chair. I enjoy it. Got the adjustable head thing here. Makes it very, very comfortable. We got some drawers here with some basic things inside of them, like random Corsair headsets, mice, random keyboards, keycaps, and just technology things. And then over to here at this monitor, this is a Samsung Odyssey G7, I believe. I don't remember entirely, but it's 1080p, it's 240 hertz. It's more than enough for sim racing. This is temporary. I'm gonna get a 55-inch TV for my sim rig here very, very soon. I know it's insane. It's gonna stick out to like right here. So I'm literally gonna be sitting in my chair and looking in at my monitor, which quite frankly, that's what I do right now anyways, but it's gonna be insane. I can't wait. Things are constantly changing down here, so it's very hard to like keep you guys up to date with everything that's going on down here. But this here is a picture that my aunt drew. It is very, very beautiful. We figured that it would fit the theme perfectly with Bartholomew James III. We named him last summer mid live stream. It's just a solid little 8-point. Nice white-tailed deer buck. It just adds a very good glow to the setup. I love the coloration in the light brown fur. My dad was the one that took this buck down many, many years ago. If you guys want an IRL Trophy Lodge tour, including the kind of cinematics of the trophies at the beginning of the video, video, comment Trophy Lodge tour down below and I will make a tour. Now don't worry before you guys go hating, this window is not dirty. Look, I clean it. The window is very, very clean. This is under my porch, ground level outside. So when I tell you guys in the live streams that I play 6 feet under, I mean it quite literally. Like, I'm actually 6 feet underground right now. So moving on to my favorite part of the entire setup. Well, one of my favorite parts. I don't know if it's my entire favorite. Between my drum set and this, it's a very, very hard choice. This is my absolute behemoth of a PC. Now, I'm not going to go nerd mode, even though that I am a proud PC nerd on the specs, because that's just going to take up more time. I'll drop them up here, right there, or something on screen for you guys, for all my fellow PC nerds out there. But let's just say I can live stream, watch the live stream, play the game in above 300 FPS, all at once with no issues. And then moving on to the second PlayStation 5 of the setup. This is the newer model compared to the original model, which they don't make anymore. Now, I really, really hope my dad never gets rid of this. This was the first PlayStation 5 we bought, and they don't make this model anymore, so it's unique. You know, I remember a few years back looking at the PlayStation 5 when they released them, and they just looked so insane. We're huge disc fans, so both of the PlayStations do have disc drives on them. And then moving on from the PlayStation, further over, this is a random USB hub that I had from my PlayStation 4 that is mounted to the wall, so it's probably never gonna come off. Maybe I'll use it for something someday, maybe not. This is this morning's caffeine, V8 energy drinks, I love them. Random Bluetooth speaker there for, I believe I had it down here when I got back from a bike ride or something with my cousin. This is the microphone that records my beautiful voice in all the videos. This is a HyperX Quadcast S. I love this thing. I've never had any issues with it. It's mounted in a very, very weird position right now. I kind of have to wrap my arm around it when I'm streaming, and the long-term goal is to find a way to mount it right there. I think that would be very, very cool. But for now, it's just, it comes on and off very, very easily when I'm done using it. Grabbing this out from under the desk, I have my headset. This is a Logitech G something something something. I already forgot the name of it. It's very, very nice. You can adjust the bass on it. The software is so incredibly detailed. It's got the very, very cool, let me turn them on for you guys real quick. It's got those freaking sick lights on it. You know, matching the computer. Look at that, those green lights with the green lights there with the green lights under the desk. In case you guys can't tell, my favorite color is green. Specifically neon green, not just green. Moving on to my mouse here, we have the Logitech Hero, I believe it is. This mouse is an absolute monster for video editing. If I want to scroll lock it, I can click this button here and it will infinitely scroll. Well, YouTube's taking a second to load right now, but it just keeps scrolling. These buttons are mappable, these buttons are mappable, this button's mappable, this button's mappable, and pretty much what mappable means is if I want a certain button on my mouse that increases the brightness of the clip in my editing software, kaboom. If I want a certain button that splits the clip, boom. If I want a certain button that deletes the clip, boom. I think you guys can get it. This is my keyboard that I modded. This is a Red Dragon K552, I'll never forget the name. Sounds absolutely amazing. It's got all different coloration patterns on it. You can increase the speed of the coloration patterns. That one's cool. That one always is trippy on fast. It's got some really weird coloration patterns. Like, who would even use these? Especially since I'm playing in a dark room. I think it's more just for like when I'm not using the keyboard, just leave it on that, because you can't tell me that is not, you can't tell me that's not sick. That is awesome. This is the one that I have it on pretty much all day, every day. There you go. That's kind of a little bit better. And then last but not least, you got this one right here. It just kind of like, it kind of waves out. This is my monitor. This is a Scepter 27-inch with the YouTube channel pulled up, obviously. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that join button. Join the Squid Gang membership. Huge shout out to the members. That's just as many as YouTube will show. There's a whole bunch more that I cannot thank you guys enough for clicking that button. On the left here, we have a LG 1080p monitor that I got from Best Buy. For obvious reasons, it's adjustable, but I like this kind of setup I got going on here with the left monitor low down and kind of tilted. It's tilted in on an angle almost. I can level it out and lift it up and line it up with this monitor, but I like it like this, considering this is like my Google Docs and Discord monitor. Join the Squid Gang if you guys haven't already. Link in the description. We just broke 1,500 members. But yeah, it gets the job done. This is what I run OBS on. This is what I read chat on. It works very, very well. Now, there's a bunch of like little details and stuff that kind of make the whole setup run that I'm not going to cover. Maybe I should make a more detailed video in the future, but this right here is pretty much what takes the signal from the back of my graphics card with an HDMI cable under my desk up into this little receiver here. And there's another HDMI cable that comes out of the back of this, goes all the way around down under the desk that you guys can't see, kind of wired up here. Then when you're over here, you can barely even see the wires. Right now, it's currently going from my PlayStation to this monitor, even though that I said it goes from the computer to the monitor, but either or, it's coming from the same exact place in the setup. You guys get the point. It makes this monitor run. It's going to be making a TV run here pretty soon. We got my remote for the LED lights. You know, obvious for any gaming setup. All the different colors. 99% of the time, it's on green or blue. These absolutely giant HyperX mouse pads, there's 3 of them, and I believe they're like probably 3.5, 4 feet each. Not to mention they're like 2 feet that way. Then here's the third one. Kind of covers this whole desk, which has a very, very unique color in itself. Let me turn the light on here. This is a desk that we obviously built. It was originally the typical wood color that you would see, and my dad and I stained this very, very unique, dark, almost kind of shiny, I believe it was called polyurethane blue color. You know, you can still see the original like typical things you would see in wood, like what would you even call those? Just the typical things you would see in wood, you know what I mean? You can still see all those patterns, but it's blue. Isn't that just insane? And the contrast with the green lights. Can't forget my speakers. This one is blown out because Squid is a metalhead and I love loud music, but I have another one tucked away back here that is still halfway working. It's on its way out. Then we got I believe 6 or 8 inch subwoofer down there. It rattles the walls. I want to get a 12 for down here and maybe some surround sound in the future. But moving on to my shelves. Got the Minecraft pig here. Me and my dad are both very big Minecraft fans. Empty bullets. Those are empty YouTube. Empty, keyword empty. Some random office supplies. It looks like some old kill counts. I have a lot of sticky notes laying around here that are just filled with kill counts. This little truck I bought a few years ago, little monster truck thing I got signed by a monster truck driver. Do not remember his name by any means, but who knows, maybe it'll be worth $1 million someday. FS22, Black Ops 3, The Hunter Call of the Wild, Project Cars, Modern Warfare 3, Mad Max, whatever that game is, Need for Speed, Midnight Club specifically, Battlefield 4, random game from when I was a kid, fight game from when I was a kid, really, really loved that game. Another game from when I was a kid, but it's 3.0, so it's better. I really, really love that game as well. Then we got the new Farm Sim, Gran Turismo 7, which we have 2 copies of. And then this is, I believe, Call of Duty Cold War that's in a random disc thing here. I don't know where the case went for it, but it's been like that my whole life. My phone is dying, so excuse the light being off. You know what? Here, I have a solution for this. My friends, let there be light. Another kind of picture of the setup here. This is it with the light on. Lights. Alright, where were we? I built this when I was a little kid. Kind of cool looking. Figured it would be nice looking right there. Obviously, gotta have the Five Nights at Freddy's plushie. And these are like figures for these games that I showed you guys when I was really, really young. And they are just so cool looking, so we use this top shelf here as kind of a display for our favorite ones. I have about 300 of them, but these are all of our favorite, like, Marvel characters. We're really into the Marvel movies and stuff, too. All the obvious ones there. I'm sure you guys could pick out your favorites. And that, my friends, is pretty much my entire setup. There's about 1,000 things going on under this desk. Nerdy stuff that you guys wouldn't really care about. Since I am underground, that is like a dehumidifier that makes sure the air quality is perfect down here. It's very, very annoying, so I turn it off in the streams and when I'm recording, but I believe that is it, you guys.